Overcast skies and warm winds would greet teams when they arrived at the Rakaya Gorge 85 kilometers from their start on the coast at the Rakaya Huts. For second placed FX racer Stu Fitzgerald, it was a sight he unfortunately would not see.
There must have been a rock. We just hit it and it spun us out, got it back, and then I believe the drive shaft's done a mischief on startup, so that's us for the day.
The original start list for Day 6 saw the return of Canadian racer Gord Humphrey after his engine oil pressure failed on the Waitaki. But by this morning, rumors surfaced that yet another engine had gone bang. Everyone else made it to the top with varying degrees of success. NZ1 Roger Preston took an ear bashing from his navigator son Ben for going faster than they needed.
We had a couple of all moments. Yeah, we had two corners that we were up on the gravel trying to get round, but we got round them. Yeah, we pushed probably a bit harder than we should have.
We definitely pushed it more than we should have, Paul. A couple of wee wide corners, you could call them. Yeah, bloody good though, good to be here. We'll cruise down and hope we don't lose too much more.
With a 5.5-minute lead, the Prestons could afford to bleed some time if Kevin Hyde closed the 1-minute starting gap, and he did. The battle at the top will only get more intense over the next 3 days. Preston now in front by only 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Likewise, there's a fight for third outright, and with John Derry starting 38 seconds behind Lee Harrison, third place was his to win back if he closed up on him.
We caught Lee about halfway up, I guess, and sort of followed him. He was the guy we needed to get in front of, so I think we both took a wrong channel. He went into an irrigation channel, and we followed him in, but we both managed to get out of it. So.
Yeah, we found the irrigation channel and picked it up, turned around, and then U-turn there and a U-turn in the mainstream, and yeah, just kind of made sure we got to the top really. There's still a long way to go.
Lee Harrison's mistake was John Derry's gain. Third place again by lunchtime. Just. Although Derry would surrender the place once again by the end of the day. Now out of overall contention, Golden Home's 377 wasted little time chasing down the slower boats to at least show what the gas turbines could do. But there was still more bad luck in store when a bracket on the fuel control unit broke.
We really enjoyed that run up. We're having a great time, and we probably were going a wee bit hard over some of that bumpy stuff and a couple of boat wakes and things like that. So, it has happened before, and it'll probably happen again. But we just need to make a better bracket and a better system for those type of things. So certainly some learnings.
In A-Class, Justin Hill and Ryan Ringer continued to be consistent, first and second respectively in both legs.
Oh, my navigator did awesome. Yeah? We had a great run. Good night's sleep last night. Yeah. Sun's out. Yeah, everything's good.
And everything's mostly good with Ben Quinn in 624, after a big lay day pulling the fuel tank out to check steering and other components that took a hiding in the pressure waves of the Waitaki. Mind you, we heard a whisper of some land-based testing near the finish. Nick Sullivan was third fastest in class on leg 12 upstream. Surprising, given he'd watched the oil pressure gauge drop to 10 pounds. Enough to make the finish, but he opted to withdraw from leg 13 before the engine completely expired. When Richie Foster's boat was flown out of the Waitaki by Chopper because he smashed the jet unit, he wasn't certain he'd be back.
No, we thought the marathon was at an end for us, but no, the boys have had a massive effort yesterday for a good 12 hours or more, and yeah, a lot of new shiny parts, and we're up and running, and it seems to be going reasonably well, so we're happy as.
There was even more reason to celebrate too, with a personalized bacon and egg pie for lunch. The boys in 166 were at home on their home river, and they thought it was good, How good?
Bloody good actually. Couldn't get better conditions. It'd be nice if the sun was out up here, but river itself's in good nick. Best nick I've raced in a long time.
In terms of where you are you kind of happy with where you are?
You always want to be further up the field, but no, we're happy to be in it overall. Like us finishing overall is a big achievement, and that's what we always try and push for Americans. And the rest just sorts itself out. But
The local lads were 30 seconds slower than the fastest CX, but as you heard, they're not worried. They're still in it for overall placing, and that means starting and finishing every leg.
Yeah, what was that like?
No, really good. Yeah, the fog had lifted and the river's good. So yeah, it was cool. This, no worries. Just a wee bit mismothered below the bridge.
Andrew Scott continues to lead in the CX class. But Adam Wilton took 28 seconds out of his time, and while his new race boat has a lot to do with it, so does his experience in the navigator's seat.
I think at speed it's always hard to get used to. I mean, it took me quite a while to get used to that speed coming up, seeing things. So yeah, I think that's definitely helped over the years, yeah.
Dave Robinson lost valuable time yesterday when he and Kirk Thompson spun out. But they were back on the case today playing cat and mouse with the gas turbine of Brandon Crowley, who was also trying to gain back lost time from the Waitaki. Starting a minute behind Robinson, the higher horsepower machine was always likely to haul the CX in, but Robinson was enjoying giving Crowley a run for his money while he could. On the return leg, things were close again, and our Mexican river racing guests flying high above were more excited when NZ3 found a shortcut near the end of leg 13. Witnessing the CX passing the gas turbine even momentarily, using a shortcut at the river mouth. There were more moments of magic in the CX class when 166 got a touch mismothered and found the bottom.
yep, 100%. The home river curve, so that I'm guessing what it was. Coming down, going good, and got to one bit that had 3 channels and didn't know what to take, so I just jumped it and done. For about 5 or 10 minutes.
A short push and pretty soon they were back in chasing down Phil Moody in 555 and Wayne Boys in 726, who was back in the game after sinking his boat in the Waitaki. Boys, aka Bricky, headed for one of his famous man channels, which allowed Riley Smith to grab back a position. And another when Phil Moody ran out of water. The lower Rakaya became a bit of a parking bay. 841 nav Lisa Glubb watched on as American Tyler Coates somehow crashed and bashed his way to the finish in FX 187. And for those of you who think the untouchable Justin Hill might not be human, take a look at the downstream track the A-Class leader took.